Tractor Supply and got all of those fasteners right there. Less than 20 bucks. It was like $19 and some change. There are still good deals out there, folks. You just got to be willing to look for them. Bulk buy, none of that pre-packaged stuff. I got enough hardware there to do this whole job and probably quite a bit more. Now that I got you down on my level here, that looks like a pretty good shot. You can see what I got. I got this carriage bolt right here. I want it to sit a little flatter than it is right now, so my concern is that I'm going to end up pushing up too much on this aluminum and crush it. I don't want to do that. This piece of frame right here is aluminum. There it goes. So it gets easy for a minute, and then it'll get tight. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Don't want to go any further than that. Now, do this final tightening manually. Get to the desired torque. Something that's very underrated these days, something called the mechanic's feel. That's the point right there. Mechanics have this, engineers have this, people who assemble things, people who work on stuff have this. Basically, it's knowing from breaking these a lot at what tension they are, as tight as they're going to get before they break, and being just a little under that. And that's sort of the perfect tension for these, is to be not fully stressed, but have significant stress. So things are a little bit out of alignment, which I kind of expected. It was going to shift a little bit with the welding. Kind of is what it is. But if I can get these bolts to start, cool. Let's try this one. That'll do it. Ah, no hammer needed. This side I can put that big washer on. And again, I think this channel is going to act like a big washer, and I'd rather kind of secure it anyway. So, although my deep socket would be nice. Right tool for the job. It looks pretty good. Check the tension by my hand. Oh yeah, that's right where it wants to be. Sweet. Those of you who've been paying attention from the beginning know that there's really nothing in here at all except for a piece of plywood. That piece of plywood is anchored to this, so any more strength is better. If I can get more screws in here, every one of them adds a little bit. Certainly not going to depend on thick drywall screws to hold this thing together, but for where it is, it's going to work fine. No, not so good. Oh well. Re-drill them. Getting good at that. Alright, just finishing up the last one here. Had to fight to get these ones in. Every single one of them, they're just a little out of alignment. Alright, just a final little cleaning up step. Not required to do this because they're inside the wall, but it's going to make the insulation a lot easier to install. Alright, here's the final walk around on fasteners. There are 33 bolts in total holding this on. I don't know how many screws there are, probably at least 10 or 20. Screws through here. Again, there's no floor through here. More bolts. Some of those holes are for wiring. Same with these. Carriage bolts in here so the door can move freely. Looking pretty darn good. I am happy. Oops, I got one more I gotta sink. Just saw that. Okay. Awesome. Alright, I had to do a little rearranging to get my table saw and chop saw set up in here. A little bit of room to work at least. I'm going to start with probably the trickiest point, which is this piece right here. Just like that one right there. That's what I'm going to do to fill in this gap and go all the way across with it so it will support it, and then I can just screw into it. Okay. That is beautiful. It'll be easy to put this one onto this. Yeah, I'm going to pre-drill these ones because I got a fair amount of work into that piece so far. I don't want it to split out. That'd be a bummer. Okay. Now what I gotta do is get a hole drilled in the middle after I clamp it. As you can see, I got a little bead of glue on there. I'm going to put more on the top, but I can do that from the front. So if I can do it there and it's easier, that's what I'm going to do. Oops. Alright. I love it when a plan comes together. This edge I gotta get right up to the top. Alright, making some progress here. Huh. I don't know, maybe these are the way to install the whole thing. Doesn't that look good, huh? Just like everything else, I'm using some leftover stuff from somebody else's project.